Hello viewers, welcome to Wealthplan Academy video tutorial today. Today we'll be talking about introduction to your MetaTrader 4 interface or your MT4 interface. If you have just installed this awesome application known as MetaTrader 4, or you are new to forex trading and you want to learn how to use your smartphone using this MetaTrader 4 to trade forex, then this tutorial is for you. What you are looking at right now is what is called the quotes page or the quote screen of your MetaTrader 4. By default, this is the screen you will see after installing your MT4 on your smartphone. The quote screen is where you have the different currency pairs or other financial instruments that you can trade with your phone. It shows the current market rate of each currency pair. You can also see two different price codes for each currency pair, signifying the buying and the selling prices, also known as the bid and ask prices. So when you want to pick a trade, you scroll down, you scroll and look for the particular currency pair that you want to trade, and it is from here that you trade, just as I'm doing right now. And this is the end of the currency pairs on the quotes page at the moment. You can see at the bottom you see NZD card. What if, for instance, you want to trade a particular currency pair and it is not here, but because by default your MT4 doesn't come with all the necessary currency pairs preloaded. How to do that, how to add currency pairs that are not here, is by clicking on the cross icon that is at the top right hand side of the screen. So I'm going to do that right now. Clicking that brings you to this place, and you see at the top there you see forex. You tap on that forex as well. Now it brings us to this place. So here you see other currency pairs that has not been added to the screen. So any one of them you tap here now will be added to the screen. Okay, so let's say what you see at the top now, USD CHF, which is US dollar versus Swiss franc. When I tap on it right now, what will happen is that it will be added to the quote screen and it will leave this screen where it is right now. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to tap on it. Yes, USD CHF has left this screen. Now we'll need to go back to the quote screen to confirm that it has been added there. How do we do that? Look at the top left hand side of the screen. You see an arrow there. I will tap on that arrow. It brings me back to this page. I will tap on it again, then it brings me to the quote screen. Now I need to scroll all the way down to see the recent and latest additions. So I need to scroll down. That is it. You can see our USD CHF there. Before now it was NZD card that was at the bottom, but now you can see that USD CHF is at the bottom, signifying that it has just been added. Now I need to also let you know that you can also remove currency pairs that you don't want to trade at the moment. If you want to, you can remove them. How do you do that? Look at the top right hand side of the screen. You will see an icon of a pencil. If you tap, you need to tap on that icon to remove currency pairs that you don't want at the moment. And I'm going to tap on it right now. It will bring us to this page. Then you will see an icon that looks like a delete button or a trash can or a waste bin. You need to tap on that icon as well and do that. Now it will bring us here. Here we'll have all the currency pairs that are on our quote screen. So and you see check boxes beside them. So any one of them that I select the check box beside it will be removed and will be added to the will be removed from the quote screen. Now the second to the bottom is NZD card. I want to select the checkbox next to it. So I will now click. You can select as many as possible, but I just want to do with NZD card right now. Then you click on the delete button. Once again, it has been removed. NZD card has been taken out of the quote screen as it is now, but we need to go back to that screen to confirm it. Once again, look at the arrow at the top left hand side, click on it, so it brings us here. Then we'll scroll down, you can see NZD card is no longer there. So that is how that is the quote screen of your MT4 for you. Okay, now when you look at the bottom left hand side of the screen, you will see that the first icon there is highlighted in blue, signifying that it is the icon for the quote screen, and that is where we are right now. So I need to tap on the next icon beside it to the right of it, and I'll do that right now. So that brings us to this other screen, and this is the chart screen. The chart screen is where you see, analyze and monitor past and current price action or price behavior. It is here you will see how the market is currently behaving and how it has behaved, the action it has taken in the past. You can scroll sideways to see past actions. Okay, so when you see things looking like candles, we actually call them Japanese candlesticks, and each of those candles represent behavior of price using different time frames. When you see a blue candle on the screen representing where the price went up, a red candle represents when the price dropped or came down. Now I will have you know that you can actually change these colors, and by default your own MT4 will come with most likely white and black. White representing where the price went up or the bullish candle, while black represents the bearish candle or where the price dropped or went down. Okay, so and you can always change it, like we said, to any two different colors of your choice. So that is the chart screen for you, and at the top of that chart screen you will see USD card. That means that is a currency pair we are currently viewing, and then you will see M5, meaning that we are viewing this USD card under 5 minutes time frame, meaning that each candle on the screen is 5 minutes time frame, is a 5 minute candle. That means every 5 minutes a new candle forms. Okay, you can actually change the time frame to any other time frame, different time frames of your choice. So the candle you are looking at now, at the top of another 5 minutes it will change and it will stop, and another candle will start forming. So you have 5 minutes candles on that. Look at it right now, that candle just stopped and another one started. So when the candle is going up, it will be color coded blue, and when it's coming down it will be color coded red. Okay, like I said, you can change it to different time frame. How do you do that? Tap on the screen, a wheel like this appears. You see different time frame, M1 to M30, signifying 1 minute to 30 minutes. Then you have H1, H2, 1 hour, 4 hours. Then you have D1 for 1 day, W1 for 1 week, MN for months. Okay, so those are the different time frames. For instance, if we want to change it to let's say 1 hour, which is H1, you just tap on that H1, the chart will reload. Now each candle on the screen right now is 1 hour, and what it's telling us now is that for the past 2 hours the price of this currency USD card has been dropping. Okay, so but in between those drops there was few times that it went up and sometimes that it went down, but on average it has gone down more than it has gone up in the last 2 hours. So that is what this means. We have other videos that teaches you how to use candles to analyze, so you want to make sure you subscribe and watch our other videos that teach you in details how to use candlestick to analyze the market and trade successfully and profitably as well. Now you may want to ask, what if I want to view another currency pair, the chart for another currency pair? How do I do that? For that, we'll momentarily go back to the quotes page. Now I'll tap on that icon for the quotes page, which is this, to bring me here. So let's say I want to load the currency pair at the top right now, which is Euro JPY. How do I do it? I will just tap on that currency pair. When I tap on it, a dialog box like this will come out. I'll tap on the second option there, open chart. That means I want to open chart for the currency pair you see there, Euro JPY. So I tap on open chart. Then the chart will reload with Euro JPY. So what I have on the chart screen right now is Euro JPY, showing me what is currently happening and what has happened in the past with Euro JPY under 1 hour time frame. And like I said, you can always change the time frame. So that is that about the chart screen of your MetaTrader 4. Now we want to move on to the next icon at the bottom, and I'll tap on it. That will take us to the trade screen, the trade page. The trade screen is where you see trades that you have opened and are still currently active. If you have a trade that you have picked anytime in the past and it is still currently active, it has not closed, it has not concluded, then you will find those trades here on the trades page. As you can see, we purposely used a new account for this tutorial to make it look so much as what you will have as a newbie, as a new person to forex trading that have just installed this application on your phone. This is what you see, and if you see any currency pair on the screen, that means you have a trade running. Okay, if you see any currency pair on your screen with figures in the front, that means you have a trade running. But if what you are seeing on the screen is just balance, equity, free margin, then you don't have any trade running, just like you can see here. So we have another video that teaches you step by step how to pick a trade, your first trade as a newbie, as a new person to forex trading. So you want to make sure you check out that video and watch it and learn how to pick trades using your smartphone on MT4. Okay, now we need to move on to the next icon. Now I'll tap on the next icon at the bottom next to this trade page. That will bring us to the history screen. Now the history screen is where you see and you will see and find all trades that you have closed or concluded. The history is where you will find all trades that you have concluded. Just like the name suggests, it shows you the history of all your past trades, showing you details like the date, the time, and the amount of profit or the amount of loss you made on each of those trades. That is what you find on the history page, the trades that you have concluded. Now at the top right hand side of the screen, you will see something that looks like a calendar icon. Now I'm going to tap on that calendar icon right now. Alright, so when we do that, this is what comes up, this dialog box. Now you see today, last week, last month, last 3 months, and custom. Today meaning that you will see history for the last 24 hours, trade that you've closed for the last 24 hours, last week for the last 7 days, last month for the last 30 days, trade that you've concluded for the last 30 days, and also last 3 months. Now custom period, I will click on custom period right now. Custom period will bring us this, means that you can choose from what time to what time you will see, you want to see the trades that have been concluded. Let's say for instance, I want to see the trades that have been concluded from, let me say, December 25. Yeah, that's Christmas Day. So let's say what time now? February. I'll change the total session to February. February what? Okay, February 14. Okay, that's St. Valentine's Day, right? So you have the uh, ability to change the date. Let's say you've been trading for the past 2 days and you want to see, okay, what have I done from Monday to Saturday, or sorry, from Monday, from Tuesday to Wednesday, from Tuesday to Thursday, what have what is the history of my trades for this period. So it will show you the trades that you took within those time period, the amount of profit or loss you incurred on each of those trades, and the total profit or loss you've made within that time frame. So that is that for the history section. Now we'll move on to the next icon to our right, and that will bring us to the news section. Now the news section is another interesting part of your MT4. As a forex trader, news is one thing you need to pay attention to. The news section of your MT4 highlights important economic, political, and sundry news that affects countries and their economies and their currencies as well. So for you as a forex trader, I want to pay particular attention to news, whether it is political, economy, or specific currency news, because you want to make an informed decision as a forex trader that will help you to make maximum profits. So here you will find expert analysis also on specific currency pairs, okay, and other financial instruments and commodities that you can trade. So you see USD JPY risk extra downside near term. So you see all those currency news, economic news, and expert analysis on specific currency pairs, and even some other commodities that you can trade as well. Okay, so you see gold prices, gold price analysis, and so on. So that is that about introduction to your MT4 interface. So we've talked about this new section where we are now. We've also talked about the history. We've talked about the trade section. We've talked about the chart screen of your MT4, and then we've talked about whole screen. Thank you for watching. Once again, make sure you watch our other videos to learn step by step how you pick trades and how you trade with your smartphone.